Day 15 is in the bag, basically. I've got a giant cheeseburger sitting here waiting for me. My wife is sitting here eating what the restaurant told us was chili cheese fries, but what are they? Are they really chili cheese fries? Are they good? Where did we go again? We went to Smitty's Garage Burgers and Beer. It's through this, it's like Grubhub. It's worth it. I think we spent like $25 maybe total. Maybe less, I don't know. And we got a good amount here. I haven't checked out these fries yet. They're like, they remind me of the fries from Broncos. Broncos, you ever been there? Over by where you used to work? No. I'm trying to get my wife to talk on film, but she's just shaking her head. She's not going to do it. Today was tough. It was good, but it was difficult. I woke up with intention. Seems like I got to the dojo with intention. Got there late because of stupid traffic. I mean, traffic this morning was ridiculous. And I keep saying this, but they're doing, and this is what people don't understand, okay? They're doing a grid of construction, okay? Here is the dojo right here. Here we are way back over here. And the only way to get to over here, they can see me. They're fine. This is if you're watching this, it's because you want to know about my day. I'm going to talk to my wife about my day, and you're going to watch me. If you don't want to, don't watch. If you do, go to timothylocklear.com, and there's like an archive of old stuff and design stuff. Anyway, if you live in Omaha, you can totally relate. This is where we want to be, right? There's Maple, then there's Blondo, and then there's Dodge. Okay? All three are under construction. Between the streets of 120th and 156th. The dojo is at 156th, and so, and West Center, which is right kind of in between the three of them, sort of like over here, and then it's like right there. And so, I want to go here. I'm coming from here, way over there. So I've got to go all the way up to here, and then I've got to go over, and back around to get there. And when I say over, and back around, what I mean is I have to take, I take Maple right here. Maple, I take that to 156th Street, and then I turn left. 156th. We're on 60th and Maple, right? 63rd, 65th-ish kind of range, general vicinity, Benson-ish. And it takes us that long to get there. I mean, from 120th to 156th almost took me 45 minutes this morning, which is like 30 city blocks or something. I don't know, 30. It's bad numbers, but like 20 or 30. Anyway, and this is Omaha too, which is like not supposed to have that kind of traffic. It's not, because it's the Midwest and stuff. Anyway, so made it to the dojo, made it to the P.O. box, got the mail squared away, and then what did I do? I came back here. Came back to the house, helped out, had lunch, got the kids to quiet time. Jennifer and I talked about the plan, schedule for the rest of the week, and then I went and got Lillian and Isabel ready, and then took them to the dojo, and we went and did some kids jiu-jitsu, and it was hard because I did not want to be there. I didn't want to be social. I didn't want to be talking to people at all. I wanted to be alone or with my family or, sitting at my house, relaxing. And then one of the people that was there had a discussion about kids and training. They were having a hard time. I think one of the dads is on a remote right now, like a TDY. He's in the Air Force. And so he's gone. He's out of the country. And so mom is like, I just want my Johnny back, and he wants to be back and wants to help, but the kid's not being very helpful. And anyway, it's difficult, man. It's a challenge. And so I was basically able to say, hey, man, kids are a challenge. Kids are a difficulty. Kids They don't do what you want them to do when you want them to do it, and they do what you don't want them to do when you don't want them to do it. And when they finally do what you want them to do, they're never doing it when you're supposed to. Anyway, that's not a never. It's just, you can't put your kids, and I told her this, I was like, you can't, and this is obviously in a public place here, because I try not to have private conversations with women, because they can lead to intimate dialogue, especially when your husband's overseas. I try to avoid that stuff. But one of the things I said was like, you put expectations in your own mind about your children and what you expect them to do and not do. And when they let that down, you punish them or hold them accountable for something that they maybe can't do, but definitely didn't know they were supposed to, so it's not okay. And I was like, that's why my wife and I are very intentional, or try to be, about our communication. I make sure my kids know what I expect, and we're on the same page now. Doesn't always work. Sometimes it messes up. Sometimes I lose my temper, or they don't do what they're supposed to, or I mess up, or I miscalculate. There's all kinds of somewhats, or what ifs, but I think you worry less about the what ifs and more about just ensuring that what you're doing is with a mindful purpose, and that you're in the moment. And that's something else too, is I told her, I was like, you can't run from this. This is going to suck right now. And if you run from this, you're going to be a sore person, but if you embrace it and breathe into it and breathe through it and think about it and let it run its course, it'll be much easier on you. So, listen, I've got this chicken burger bacon thing here that I'm just going to consume, and I don't want to talk to you people anymore, but the reason I'm doing this challenge is because I want to really dig into why I feel what I feel, why I think what I think, why I say what I say, why I do what I do, consume what I consume, the data, the media, the content, the quality, the method, the message, the who, the what, the when, the why, the where, the how. Pick it all up and look at it and put it back if it's good and throw it away if it's not. That's sort of the process. Social media, phone. I'm actually doing this stupid video right now on a new device. I finally made the switch. I did the smartphone. Maybe you guys following, you know that. But I've got a flip phone up there that I don't really give a rip about anymore. And then I got this big giant Samsung device that I'm doing this video on, and it's it's beautiful. It's really great. This like crystal clear image, and I love this. But it's not my phone. This would be much easier on my phone, because then I could text somebody after I'm done, but now I gotta go pick up another device.
I didn't tell you to do this.
I know, but it's hard.
It doesn't look like
I'm just complaining. It sucks. It's hard. It's not easy. It's really mental jujitsu. The number of times that I go to reach for my phone is really high. That I just go and I'm just like, oh, I don't need to. Like I did it today. I wouldn't open my flip phone. I was just like, why am I opening this? There's no one that's called me or texted me. I don't even need to look at it. I should just close it.
5 or 7 years ago, I would have been begging you to get off the phone and look at your family.
But now, I'm here and trying to do this on my own.
You did it all without me saying anything.
Yeah, that's a big thing, is that this can't be something that you do with somebody nagging you. It doesn't work. Not that my wife ever nagged me.
Yeah, ladies, I did not nag.
No, she didn't. But I nag my buddies to do right stuff. Because I want them to be better. And I fear that if any of them were ever to do this challenge, that they would, I don't know, do it at my bequest instead of like because they've had a woke moment, I don't know. Mood-altering substances, mind-altering substances. That's another thing I've been trying to think a lot about. Even, just the natural supplements I take. Kava, ashwagandha, them supplements, the holy basil, all that stuff. It changes your mood and mind for a reason. And if you're not careful, the pendulum can swing back the other direction and really jack your stuff up, Jennifer's been dealing with some of that stuff, like more in reference to like how supplements work and what doesn't work, and that's the process. It sucks. It's way easier to have a doctor tell you what for, and you just take what he says on the paper. And like a monkey knuckle dragging troglodyte, you just do what it says. I just take a this and then okay, and then you just take it, and That's easier. And there's less fear. Like, I fear every time I pee funny or walk funny or there's a pain. I fear, in a good, healthy way, I think like we're supposed to, that there's something going on. And I believe that's part of your body's mechanism. It's trained to do that. It's supposed to do that. I think we've learned to mute and numb our bodies so much that we just, I don't know, through food, through media, through consumption of substances and pills, we just numb and numb and numb, and we don't ever feel. And then when we feel, it's like, oh shit, this hurts. Ah! You know? Take something quick. Ah! You know, drink a beer, take a pill, do a shot, do a line, eat some food, watch a show, laugh, look at your phone, talk to a friend, masturbate, eat, poop, run, watch this show. Whatever it is that the world says to do now, that's the thing you should do, because that will distract you from this moment here that sucks. And if you watch WALL-E, it's depressing as hell. Dude, I tried to watch it with the kids. I did. I put it on and they watched it, but I had to leave the room. That was depressing because it's so real. It's so really fat, disgusting, sexually androgynous clumps of fat cell.
It's just I don't even know how they were breeding.
Oh, I don't think they were. I don't know. I guess they were because they were like years and years.
Yeah, I don't think the robot was trying to do that. But...
How were they breeding on WALL-E? How were they making little fat, disgusting babies? Were they having sex? Test tubes. I bet you that was a part of the plan, the by and large plan. I don't know. Anyway. WALL-E was scary because...
Leave it to Tim to pervert Disney.
Look, oh my God. I don't need... the world doesn't need me to pervert Disney. Just Google perverted Disney. Google... No, better yet, don't Google that, okay? Because you. Anyway. Yeah, WALL-E was gross because it was real. But the idea was that you just don't need... You don't need to feel. Here, it's just... Eat this shake. You'll feel better. You'll feel good. That's the only kind of feels we have. Feel bad, take this. Feel better. But we don't have feel depressed. All right, now you're depressed. So feel it. And then breathe, because you won't be depressed forever. But that's what your brain will tell you. And you need to train your lazy, fat, disgusting brain to stop telling you how things are. Like, you need to tell your brain, oh, now it's time for me to eat Smitty's garbage food or garage food. Garage burgers and beer. That's what your brain tells you on Monday and on Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday and on Friday and on Saturday. But you don't give in every single day of the week because you're not a fat, disgusting slob. You give in once, maybe twice a week. And the rest of the week, you work your ass off to do good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and push-ups and crunches and every night. And you can ask Jennifer, almost every night and sometimes in the morning, I try to do at least 22 push-ups. I don't do them all the way sometimes. I don't always break the plane like I'm supposed to, with the plane of your shoulder blades. I don't always do it. But there's a reason. It's because if this body doesn't stay in line with my mind, then I'm weak. I'm imbalanced and I'm weak. And it will show in ways like acting out. It'll show in ways on the mats, on jiu-jitsu, and it'll show with my family. It'll show with my communication. It'll show. So that was today. Today was a day. I'm going to start doing these a lot more with Jennifer because, just like this with Jennifer, like not looking at her, but like having a conversation. Because there's a lot of this data that I want her to hear. I want her to kind of know about my day more than you idiots. And the fact that you're still listening is blowing my mind. But if you are, please go to timothylocklear.com and check it out. And then maybe consider sharing some stuff from it. Primarily because any work that I get paid for goes towards our family. Towards medicine, towards supplements. There's a box of supplements over there that I could show you that blow your freaking mind. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Thousands of countless hours researching data. Taking things that don't work to try to figure out what we're at. And that's sort of this moment of the apex. It'll get bigger and we'll get more accurate later, but This is crazy what we've come to in our family, where we are taking all natural stuff and we really give a crap about what we're eating. And these are good things. And this is something my wife has been trying to drag me along with lovingly and kindly, but I've been fighting and kicking the goads against. And now, for the first time, like she said, I want to do push-ups at night. And not because I want to look good for the guys at the gym either, because I'll tell you something, there's some guys at the dojo that are fat, that aren't cut up nice. And the guys that are cut up nice, I can still roll with them and keep my pace a little. You know, there's a couple guys that I can keep my pace with that are very, very trim and very physically appealing. They look nice. They're like, ah, man, you cut up, dude, look, you know. But something I heard, this black belt that does judo at the dojo, he's a 3rd-degree white belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's really probably more like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. He's really, really good in jiu-jitsu. But he's master in judo. But he said something that blew my mind. He goes, you don't have to be physically fit to know how to mentally move your chess pieces. You just have to be physically able to move them. And I was like, ah. He's like, you can get up here, a black belt, learning, but have your body just be like a blue belt or a lazy, white belt, just not doing what it's supposed to. And I think about some guys that I've told you about that I rolled with who are purple belts, who are particularly one that's a purple belt, who I roll with every once in a while. And I love rolling with him because he's heavy and hard, but his jiu-jitsu is weak. I mean, his jiu-jitsu is strong, but his mind is weak. His body is not lining up. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel. It feels more like I'm rolling with a good, strong blue belt, not with a purple belt. Rolling with a purple belt hurts hard. And you always learn. When I roll with Jason, when I roll with Nolan, I'm always learning something. When I roll with Ernesto, and they don't teach because they want to. Like there's another guy that you know of, that I know of, who he wants to teach you because he wants to show you something, because he wants to prove his ego, and so then he'll put it on you. He'll be like, "Oh, come here, let me show you how to do this." Whereas the other guys, they'll just roll and they'll just go smooth and mellow. Maybe say a passing, "Hey, calm down," or "Hey, maybe throw your foot over here." Just little things, but until you really ask them, "Hey, man, dude, that was a good choke, man. You choked me with my own freaking leg. How did you do that, dude? How did that even happen? Show me." And then he'll be like, "All right, cool." But a lot of people aren't assertive enough, in my experience. I'm just watching the mat, to say that. A lot of people don't ask. And so I've made it a habit to ask, "Hey, man, you just submitted the crap out of me. How'd you do that? And can we do that 9 times?" Like, for real, this morning when I was rolling, I told Nolan to submit me like 9 different times, where he put his leg up under my head and his other arm was here, and he just, and it was hurty, but I was able to put it on somebody else later that day. Not out in the street, at the dojo. And it was good. Anyway, I don't know why I digressed to purple belts and blue belts. I know why. Balance of mind and body, that's why. You need to have a balance of your mind and body. You need to think about what you're taking and why. And if you're taking pills, you need to find a natural supplement that can do the same thing or do similar stuff. Do you agree? Yeah, she nods. It's bedtime, you guys. So we're going to watch Lost or Seinfeld. Or Lost. Or Breaking Bad. It's super intense. I want to watch it because it's so good, but god dang, it's like, it's that scene with the body and the blood and the floor and the acid.
Like, I need something to wash my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I need to clear my mental palate. It's pretty tough. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn off this thing now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think there it goes.